Hello, hello, hello. Hopefully you can hear me now and it's all working. I've had real problems today with all the tech stuff. Honestly, when it doesn't want to work, it really doesn't want to work. If you're in the comments now, can you let me know if you can hear me all right? Right, yeah, I'm just having a bit of a morning trying to get things working because everything seems to not want to work today and just play up and just be a general pain. But that is computers, isn't it? That's always computers. They're always a pain. Anyway, yeah, thanks for joining us on the Sunday afternoon hang. I was going to look at some records today and then maybe look at some websites later as well. I've got some singles to show you today. I dug out my box of stuff to see what I had laying around because I thought I've got a load of singles laying around and I don't really look at them often. So I thought, I'll dig them out and go through them and take a look at a bit of that. Let's turn that down a wee tad. There we go. There we go. Yeah, so first up, we got some David Bowie. Now, when you collect for a long while, you sort of forget you're collecting and you do end up going, oh yeah, I forgot all about that. And that's basically what happened. I just forgot I got a load of stuff kicking around. Oh, that's what that button does. Okay. Yeah, so I just had a load of stuff kicking around. I thought I'd look at some David Bowie and a bit of Queen, and we got some stuff in there. Some are picture discs, some are just normal singles. But I just think they're really cool to look at and bits and bobs like that. Let me know if you can hear me in the comments. I'm sure you can now. I'm sure I've fixed it because it was being a pain. I think I've done it now. But anyway, all done, all good. Right, okay, let's look at some singles. First up, we've got the amazing David Bowie, Beauty and the Beast. Check this single out. How cool is that? He looks amazing, this David Bowie, doesn't he? Look at that. So cool. I just love a double picture disc as well. And sometimes the quality's there, sometimes the quality isn't. But like you can have a really good looking picture disc, but a really sort of awful single, if you know what I mean. Like it could sound terrible sometimes. Let me just get rid of that. But yeah, so fantastic. David Bowie, Beauty and the Beast. Check this one out. This is fantastic. I've got to try and balance them on me now because I've got nowhere to put them on. Let me know if the music's too loud as well. Let's get that down a bit. A fantastic single from David Bowie. 40th anniversary one. I had to get my hands on this because how could you not get it? David Bowie and Life on Mars. Check this one out. How cool is that? He looks amazing. And like these are like 12 quid at the time as well from Hunky Dory. Look, check these out. So when did these come out? These are out in 2013. No wonder I can't remember buying them. I bought them a long time ago and then put them in a box. And there was a whole set and I tried to get my hands on a lot of them, but I don't think I'm going to be, I'll be able to get them all because it's just, you know, they're worth a lot of money now. It's one of those things, if you don't get them at the time, then when you get into it a bit later, you know, it's going to cost you a fortune. It's going to cost you a couple $100 quid in it. Right, I will say, what else we got here? We've got David Bowie and Be My Wife. It's a fantastic picture disc. Look at this. Look at this. This is Bowie looking just magnificent as well. So yeah, I'm just going through the picture discs and taking a look and seeing what I've got because I forgot I had a load of singles and stuff that were laying around. I've got some Beatles. We'll go through some Beatles in a little while as well. We'll take a look at some of those. Yeah, it's the David Bowie Be My Wife single. It's an amazing one. I don't want to bend them now. I'm resting on my bit. I don't want to bend them. Thanks for joining me. Hello, welcome along. Thanks for being here. I much appreciate it. David Bowie Zeros from 2018. That's a lovely picture. Look at this one as well. £9. Look, I wonder what they're worth on eBay. I bet they're worth triple this now. I bet they're worth an absolute fortune. But yes, David Bowie. It's a lovely one there as well. Where should I put them? I don't know where to put them. Okay. So we've got David Bowie live EP Breaking Glass 40th anniversary. There we go. Check this out as well. This is a nice one. It's a lovely, lovely one. But yeah, you get some really good Bowie singles out there, don't you? And I love it. But unfortunately, like I can't open these because I want to make them collectible. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm never going to sell them and I'll never get rid of them. But at the same time, you know, you sort of think I've just got to keep hold of them and have them in my collection. Oh, hang on. I bought two. Didn't realise that. Oh, look at this. I bought two of them. Cool. I could play one, but probably won't because then I could eventually sell one maybe then and get some more money. That's a really cool thing. Look at it. That's really cool. So these singles were coming out to mark the 40th anniversaries of the singles being released. And I wonder if they're going to do more sort of 50th anniversary stuff as well and all that sort of business. Because a lot of things are coming up to the 50th anniversary. Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody has just hit its 50th anniversary as well. And I bought a picture disc of that, and I showed a picture of that tomorrow morning. That's coming out about 8 o'clock in the morning. I did a video of that one. Bowie looking amazing. The Rebel single. Look at this. Doesn't he look cool in that one? Amazing. Look at that. That really looks like the 1970s on the back, but it just emphasises cool, doesn't it? Look at this. Amazing. I've got to try and get it so you can't get the light. There you go. David Bowie and Rebel. Lovely single. I imagine I could play this one. It's ain't sealed. But yeah, I think I got this one sent through, but it didn't have the stickers on it on the corner. So I'm worried about the validity of this one now. But Really, really cool. Let me know if you like a bit of Bowie. I'd love to know as well. And if you like someone else, let me know in the comments because I'd like to see what I've got because I might be able to find some for you. Oh, amazing single now. 40th anniversary. Mind you, it's all 10 years. They could do it again now and do more Bowie. Oh, stuck together. Oh, I just thought that was going to get stuck and was going to start ripping. And I was really panicking. 40th anniversary of David Bowie's Heroes picture disc. Check this out. Beautiful. Look at this. What an amazing song. I was on last week and I looked at a poll of the top Bowie singles of all time. And they voted, it was like critics looked at Bowie records over the last 40 years and they rated Heroes as the top record of all time that Bowie apparently wrote. So look at this amazing picture disc. So what's this, 2012, 2013, something like that? When did I get it? I can't read. Oh, the writing's way too small. And I'm in 2017, must have bought this. So yeah, we're collecting them on and off for years. Now, if you go on eBay, they're all worth quite a bit of money. But yeah, that's a lovely single, that one. Two from the Lodger album now. An album that for me was really hard work. When I listened to it, I did find that album hard work to listen to. I don't know what it is about the Lodger album. I just can't get my head into it. I either like it or I don't like it. Yeah, it's one of those things. One day I'll like it, one day I won't like it. But it's just fantastic. Anyway, the amazing Boys Keep Swinging single. Picture this. Look at this. How do I get it so the light doesn't shine on it for you? Is it better over here? There you go. So yeah, David Bowie, Boys Keep Swinging. Lovely picture on the back as well. 12 quid. Probably worth 30 odd quid now. I should have checked these out on eBay. I should have Googled them and seen what they're worth. And then I could have done a comparison for you. Maybe I'll do that next week. I just have to drop them because I've got nowhere to put them. I need another I've got a table here with the records on. I need a table here with the so I won't put these on. Another one from Lodger. David Bowie and DJ. Check this one out. This is fantastic. Look at this. I love that. I am a DJ and I am what I play. Brilliant. Now, was he mocking him in that record or was he not? I can never tell. Then we've got an interesting single to release for 40th anniversary because it was a cover. The Doors did it as well. But yeah, the Alabama song of all records. Like the Doors version I really love. This version's a bit avant-garde for me. And I think it's okay, but it's a little bit too avant-garde. But yeah, really, really cool single. David Bowie and the Alabama song. Right, now we're on to original singles now. That's the picture list that I was collecting. So we've got to do a bit of an opener on this one. What is this one? Oh, I know what this is. Fantastic, right. Is that the original eBay thing? But what? I'll throw it in the bin and don't realise what it is. Nice. Okay, so we've got David... I'll do that again. David Bowie and the Ashes to Ashes single. What an amazing record this is. And only the other day I was watching the young ones, so it says Ashes to Ashes, Funk to Funky. Amazing. I love this. What a great single. Scary Monsters, Super Creeps. Brilliant album by Bowie. Really underrated. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. And if this is right, I think this should have some stamps in it or something. Yeah, I got the stamps. Hang on. There we go. Let me show you the stamps. There we go. They're the original stamps that came with it as well. Completely unused. Look at this. Beautiful. And not legal tender, obviously. But yeah, fantastic. I did get some Bowie stamps when they came out a few years ago. I should dig them out and find them. Let's put this away. 1 second. Let me know where you are in the world is what you listen to as well. I'd love to know what sort of records you're checking out in a minute and what music you're into. I've got two. Hang on. I didn't realise that. I've got two Ashes to Ashes singles. There we go. Check that out. That's really, really cool. Has it got stamps in that one? No stamps in that. So that's the original one. So that's probably the one that I can play because it's not got anything in it that could get damaged. Now, obviously, this is pre-colourful vinyls and colourful sleeves and bits and bobs like that. This is all pre that sort of stuff. Let me get rid of that. Let me actually just do this really quick. Make sure that doesn't go over the top. There we go. Brilliant. An original David Bowie Life on Mars. Got one of those there as well. And an original, what one's the A side? Sound and Vision. There we go. So I'll just show you these really quick because they're not really interesting, are they? But that's the David Bowie Sorrow from the Pin-Ups album. That album's really interesting because Mick Ronson, obviously he's an original guitar player who's amazing, does some amazing work on that record. If you want to hear like Ronno's playing, check that album out because Ronno's an absolute beast on that album. Listen to Klaatu, not a bad group. Is that Klaatu as in Calling Occupants from Canada? Is it that band? Because if it is, that album, is it 916 or whatever it's called, something like that, is brilliant. That's a brilliant album. I absolutely love that album. It's fantastic. Canadian band, that's it. Yeah. Brilliant album that is. I heard quite a few of those, and I've got the vinyl back there. I've got the vinyl of the original album. I like, is it Sir Mugglesworth the Third or something like that? So Rugglesby the Third, something like that. Cheers to you, by the way. Thanks for joining. That was a really, really good single. I really, really like that one. Right, I'll show you a few more singles we've got here. Driving Saturday from my lad Insane. Suffragette City and RCA. Another Sound and Vision. Yeah, another Sound and Vision. Got two of those, evidently, I'll say. Maybe I should give some of these away. give some of these away. I don't know if these ones are re-release or not, but this is Changes Velvet Goldmine. It must be, yeah. Oh, it's a Maximilian series. 3 tracks for the price of 2. So it's got Space Oddity on the front. That's really, really cool. And then it's got Changes and Velvet Goldmine, which was a fantastic B-side on the other side as well. So yeah, it's 347 Asset. I knew it had numbers in the title of that album, and it's a really, really good album. It's super cool, isn't it? I really like that. Up a Hill Backwards from Scary Monsters single there, and as it's coming up to Christmas, got to be done. David Bowie and the little drummer boy, him and Bing, fantastic record that is. Rubber Bum Pump is what he used to get it ready. Yeah, great single that. Really, really cool. Right, let's get that down there. I've got to move things around while I'm doing this, as I can't. I don't have room. Otherwise, it just looks like a jumble sale. I just have so much stuff absolutely everywhere. It's insane. Right, give me 2 seconds. I'll just got to make sure this is working. Let's do a copy link. We'll do that there. There. Sorry, I'll just make sure this is working. I keep having tech problems today. I just want to make sure everything's working before I do it. Yeah. That one, there we go. Yeah, so let's get back to that. There we go, cool. Yeah, so I've got a load of singles to show you. I've got lots of bits and bobs hidden away in here that we're going to go through. What should we look at next? I'll tell you what we'll show you. I've got some, I think they're called 2-inch CDs that are quite interesting. So I've got a load of Beatles ones of those. I inherited those from my dad. Let me get these out first, and then I'll show you. Oh, I've got to try and balance them somehow. 1 second. Because believe it or not, there's quite a few of them. So what would they be? I think these are, I'm going to say they're 2-inch CDs, 1-inch CDs, something like that. So check these out. I've got all of the series of these, which are really, really cool. So this one is Yellow Submarine. Let's get that closer for you. Yellow Submarine and Eleanor Rigby. Then you've got Help as well. You got Can't Buy Me Love. That's another one. Something and Come Together as well. Randomly, a Genesis one with Mama. Yeah, look, there we go. They're really, really tiny. You used to have to get an adapter to play these, and you put this in an adapter, then put it in the CD player, because, you know, it's only that part of the data on this. I don't know if it was the idea to release it as CD singles, if that was the idea, but cut down on, you know, record companies would rather you buy this, which is really small, and charge the same amount of money. So I wonder if that was the plan. Then you got All You Need Is Love as well as a little single there. The Ballad of John and Yoko. There we go. I don't know if you can see that because it's yellow. Let It Be. We've got Let It Be there as well. We've got Get Back, Don't Let Me Down. Fantastic. Then we've got From Me to You. There we go. I mean, all the insides are the same. There's nothing amazing about these. They're all just standard CDs. Then we've got Hello and Goodbye. There's a lovely little picture of them all there. I like that one. Right, let me put that. Oh, no, I'll do these and then I'll put them back. Then you got Hard Day's Night as well. Check those out. They're really, really cool. Then we've got Lady Madonna. Lady Madonna single as well. I need to get it to focus, bless it. Then we've got the wonderful Strawberry Fields Forever single. Check this out. How cool is that? Now, pretty soon, Penny Lane and Strawberry Fields, they made videos in Kent. And I'm going to be going on nearly dropped them all. I'm going to be going on a walking tour around where they filmed those videos, and I'll be putting this online as well on TikTok and YouTube. If you've not been on it, we have a YouTube channel as well with the same name. So if you want to check that out as well, because we've got interviews, deep dives, and all sorts of stuff on there. If you can go there and follow, that'd be amazing. Excuse me. Yeah, we've got all sorts of stuff. We've got a lot of Beatles stuff going on this month, because on the 26th of November, they're releasing the anthologies again. So yeah, because they're doing the anthology series, we decided that I was going to do a Beatles month. So we've got a deep dive into the Rubber Soul album coming out tomorrow. Then we're going to do a walk around Kent where Beatles filmed, and then at the end of the month we've got the Rubber Soul Part 2, because the video was so big we had to do it on the A side and the B side and do it that way. Thank you so much for following, Dan. I really appreciate that. Yeah, so we're going to do 2 of those sorts of things. Yes, it's going to be a Beatles month this month. Let me show you some more of these singles anyway. I've got to put it all away so carefully because this stuff is 30-something years old, some of this. Also, we've got Please Please Me by the Beatles. Check this out. So, yeah, these CD singles are all the same on the inside. They're all the same. Hang on. Yeah, there we go. And then we've got She Loves You. So we've got the early part now of the Beatles' career. Then we've got I Feel Fine. There we go. Then we've got We Can Work It Out. So we're into 65. Ticket to Ride. We've got a bit of Ticket to Ride going on as well there as well. What's this one? Oh, Paperback Writer. There we go, a bit of Paperback Writer. Then we've got Hey Jude as well. I went to see the Elvis exhibition, I want to say 10 years ago, maybe something like that, maybe a bit less. And they had Elvis's vinyls collection there. And there we had a copy of Hey Jude, and it had 7 minutes 12 on it. And he'd circled it as in like a, I don't know if it was a, look at that, that's amazing, or if it's a sort of like a, I need to do something like that as well kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like it was really interesting to see that he'd seen how long it was and circled it. Then we've got Love Me Do. And then we've got I Want to Hold Your Hands. That's all of the early ones there. I should have put them out in the other order and you would have seen a bit better. Right, what other stuff we got in here? Let's have a look. So this is my singles box, which I've dug out and decided to have a look at. So we've got a Lennon. This is a single from 92. So there was a bit of a Lennon blast in the 90s. There was a legend. There was a John Lennon blast in the 90s, and John Lennon's Legend album had come out. And I think they were doing CD singles to promote the single of that. So this is the Instant Karma single that came out as well. But yeah, it's from EMI. It's got a box set thing on the front. I don't understand that. Anyway, we've got that. We've got some singles. Let's have a look at some singles. Going through this box, I dug this box down a little while ago, and genuinely, I really forgot what I had in this box. And it's absolutely genuine. I didn't realise what I had until I took the lid off, basically, and I was like, oh, I forgot about that, and I forgot about that, and I forgot about that. And it's one of those things where, like, so I've got Now and Then, the Beatles' last single, and I've got 2 copies. I've got a black copy, and this is a clear vinyl copy, which I clearly didn't open. I must have ordered it and then bought it again. It's one of those things where you just forget, don't you? You get stuff and you forget you've got it. But I am one of these people that, it's weird. I'll buy something collectible, but I won't open it. And then I'll never sell it either. I just have to own it. And it's one of those things where, like, if I ever have kids, I guess I'll pass them on and they'll probably sell it for 10 quid or something silly, but I won't. So we've got a numbered limited edition clear vinyl, RSD, that's Record Store Day, black vinyl of My Sweet Lord by George Harrison. This came out a few years ago. And I think I paid about 30 quid for this single. It's quite a lot of money for what it was. Where's the best place to get it so you can see it better? Yeah, there we go. Thank you for liking the live, Dan. Love that, mate. Thank you so much. Yeah, so we've got bits and bobs like that on there. A random single which is in there because I must have just thrown it in the box because I collected it. Hot Love by T-Rex, one of my favourite songs of all time. That is one of the best 70s records of all time. Amazing. Right, let's look at this. This is the adapter I was telling you about. So this adapter. Here we go. So this is what I was talking about. So this is the adapter, and this is the 2-inch single, CD single, right? So you would take it out like this. Oh. And then, I think it's that way around. That way around? You would, I'll do it loosely because I don't want to scratch it. But then you would put it like this, and then you would put it in the CD player and play it. What a load of effort. But yeah, I forgot I got these as well. Right, there we go. So, let's do a bit of that. There we go. Right, let me tap a bit of this. So I think I can light my own live, can't I? Let's be cheeky and do a bit of that. Try to get more people watching. Because I think I'm showing you some really, really cool stuff. And I'd hate for people to miss it. Let me tap this for a minute. But yeah, let me know what you listen to. I'd love to know what records you're checking out as well. I'd like to know what things people are listening to and what sort of things you like. I really love that sort of thing. Because I might discover something new that I don't know about. So I'm always interested in finding out what people listen to. Let me give you a quick cheers. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. I might go through some websites in a minute. I've found some really cool articles. I also got www.chattingtracks.com, my own website. I've been writing articles. Some of those are on there as well, so I'd like to show you some of those. and I looked at the top 80s records of all time, so I might go through some of that as well. I think that's quite cool to show you. I'll do some more singles first, and then I think we'll go through some of the website. Moving on to Beatles again. This is the Beatles, really dusty EPs collection as well, which come out, I think this come out in the late 80s, early 90s. This is a really cool little set as well. We'll go through some of these. They're very similar to the one I just shown you, but there we go. Let's do some of these. Yeah, so these are the EPs in mono. So if you don't know what mono and stereo is, let me cut it down for you the easiest way possible. Back in the day, they couldn't separate audio very well. So you had mono, which was down the center. So think of it as your mouth. So mono was your mouth. So everything they played would come out of your mouth. Then eventually they invented stereo, which is now your ears. So you could use your ears and your mouth to make sound. So mono would be single, just down the middle, and stereo would be left and right, so your ears as well. So a lot of these singles, like back in the day, if people were old enough for that, you would have a Walkman. And say you had a mono's Beatles record, where they could only pan it left or right, you would be listening to something, and then the audio would go missing on one side, if it makes any sense. So you'd have the vocal sounding like it was in the distance because it's in your left ear, and then the drums and the bass would be really loud because they're in their right ear, because all they could do is mix left and right, not center. So you had these really, really strange sort of sound fields going on that were just crazy. But yeah, these are all in mono by the looks of it. So these are the mono mixes. People go mad for mono Beatles mixes. They just absolutely love them. This is the collectible ones. And I've got a lot of vinyl back there for the Beatles that are mono. So yeah, it's all great stuff. Yeah, so we've got Noah Man and Drive My Car is the first one. We've got She Loves You, although it says Beatles for Sale #2 on it. Although with that, so this must be an American release because we didn't have that over here. Then we've got this one, which is Beatles for Sale. All My Lovin'. There we go. Long Tall Sally. This must be an American mono set because we didn't have these in Britain, I don't think. Twist and Shout. There we go, mono. The Beatles hits, whatever that is. What's on this one? From Me to You, Thank You Girl, Please Please Me and Love Me Do. There we go, a bit of those. Then we've got Hard Day's Night as well. Got a bit of those on there. Tap that a bit more. There you go, another Hard Day's Night one. Yesterday, which was a single featuring only Paul, so it's interesting. All four on this one. And I'll show you that one last. That's really cool. What we've got here: The Inner Light, Baby a Rich Man, She's a Woman, This Boy. So although that's the Strawberry Fields cover, it's all the singles but that on it. Super interesting. Then we've got Beatles Million Sellers. She Loves You When I Hold Your Hand. Can't Move Alone, I Feel Fine. And I saw her standing there, bits and bobs like that. So yeah, it's really, really cool. You got some really, really cool stuff on there. And then what else we got here? We've got the Magical Mystery Tour one, which I really like because it comes. Oh, I've got to be careful. It's really old. Comes with a little. Let me get this little booklet as well. Look, check this out. There's Victor Spinetti and Paul. They're on the coach. There we go. So you got some really cool stuff. So yeah, it's like a little booklet because the single was the same. This, which I've got a copy of in their original single, in there. Right, let me put these back. I just worry about this stuff because it's all so old. I'm worried about damaging it. You know, it's one of those sorts of things. Hang on, let me tuck that back in. There we go. Right, I've got some bits around the side, but I don't know what they are. Should we just grab some random stuff and take a look? Right. Oh, hang on. I nearly damaged it then. I thought, oh no. What we got? Right. Okay. So, like I was saying, I got a box of stuff that where I want to put all the collectibles and keep them safe. I'll put them in this box here. How we doing, bud? Says Chill with Drew. I'm doing well. Thanks, buddy. Doing really well. Thanks for joining us today as well. Yeah, just showing you some records today. Thank you for the badges and all that sort of stuff. I really appreciate that. I'm new to this stuff. I'm learning what it all does, and I'm trying to figure out what all these things are. So thank you for being here. So we've got an original Jimi Hendrix, Voodoo Child, Hey Joe Along the Watchtower single. There we go. So I've never seen this one before. So let's see if I can get this out safely and find out how old it is. It's 1968. Wow, I didn't know I had that. See, that's a real cool one. So that's a thingy one there. Then we've got an original Hey Joe on Polydor. If you've never been there to London, you've got the Hendrix and Handel Museum, which is really, really cool. And I went there about 10 years ago, but I'm going up to London again. Thanks, Alexander. I'm going back up to London again soon. So I'm going to check out the exhibition and then maybe film it for you as well. But interestingly, Hendrix played a gig in my local town, and there's a poster of it, and there's a newspaper article about it as well. But when I went to the Hendrix Museum, it listed apparently every gig he played. I couldn't find it on there. And it's really like, so it's weird. People were there. I know people that were at the gig as well. It's crazy. Then This might be a bit of a collectible. This is 20 seconds, 20 seconds to comply by Silver Bullet. Now, if you've never heard this track, it's like a high energy dance track from 1989, but it features samples from the movie RoboCop, and they're all over this. Yeah, it's amazing. Oh, it's some dancey stuff. This is Shaft with Rhubarb and Custard, another dance track. In the 90s, they went through this crazy phase of just sampling kids' songs. Like they did Trumpton, they did Tetris, they did... What was the other one? Mario, and then Trip to Trumpton. Yeah, there was a few, and that was another one that was on there as well. This is an original from 1967. This is... Oh, I've got to be careful, I don't want to break it. So this is an original Light My Fire by The Doors. Check this single out. Let me see if it'll focus for you. There you go, look, from on the Electra record. That's an original one as well. Yeah, really cool record, that. Really, really cool record. Let's put that back here. Look, this is all knackered. I've got to be really careful. Look, the whole sleeve's all damaged. Right. It's getting to the point now. I love these singles, but I don't want to play them. Brilliant. The Doors are awesome. I'm glad you like that. I've got all the vinyls back there as well. I've got some Doors bits and bobs laying around everywhere. Yeah, I do love the Doors. I think I've got more Doors singles in here somewhere, but I'll have to just dig through it as well. Right, this is really cool. I'll show you something from Queen I got. And I put this as a YouTube private link. But I might release the video on here and put the link in it. I got this in the late 90s, and this is an interview picture disc from Queen. This is all like early Queen, but the interview, from what I can tell, is from 1980. And from what I remember, they're talking about Flash, or they're talking about the game album. It's something like that. It's early 80s. Although the pictures from the early 70s, Queen, and the back's just got that on it. They were talking. The interview is about the Flash or game. It's one of the two. I can't remember now. But I did put it on YouTube as a private link, so I might put a link to it on here. So if you want to hear it, you can hear it. But yeah, I picked that up in the 90s. And it's been in my cupboard ever since. I should have just... when I was a teenager, it was displayed on my wall. It was one of those sorts of things. That's awesome. Singles collection that you've got. Awesome. Thanks, mate. Cheers. It comes from literally, I'm an old git now. So it literally comes with, 30 plus years of collecting and just having it all sitting around and things like that. Right. I don't know where to put it. Right. Excuse me. I'm just going to have a quick drink. Thank you so much for all the lives. I really appreciate this. Thank you so much. Like I say, this is my Sunday hang. I try to do 1 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon and talk about records and just show you some stuff, go through some websites and bits and bobs like that, and just have a music hang. And that's what it's about. I'm always adding content to the TikTok channel and the YouTube channel. If you've not done that, if you go to the YouTube channel, just there, we've got deep dives, interviews, DJ mixes, and me and my mates dive into albums. We've got Rubber Soul by the Beatles coming out tomorrow. That's why you see these clips of 2 or 3 of us, because it's normally from one of those lives there where we're checking out an album. But yeah, pop to YouTube if you can and subscribe to there for me. That'll massively help me out. Because sometimes I can't put content in here, but I can put it on there and bits and bobs like that. So it's a bit of a mix. Excuse me. But yeah, I really appreciate you joining me on this. I'll tell you what, let's take a look at a website and then I'll do some more singles for you. I'm only going to be about maybe half an hour today longer because my nephew's coming round to do a pumpkin because we didn't get a chance to do it the other day because he was away for Halloween. So I basically got it sitting on the side. So I'm going to try and go through a website, and then if I've got time, then I'll maybe do some more singles. But this box is huge, so I could probably do this box for a couple of weeks and just pull a band out and do those. So if you're around at 1 o'clock next Sunday, come join me. It'd be great. I really appreciate it. Right, okay, and if you could share this as well, that'd be brilliant as well. Get it out there for me. That'd be fantastic as well. Yeah, I just want to talk about music. I love doing it. That's what it's about. So let's do a website, shall we? So this is from my very own website. So www.chattingtracks.com. I've got my own website and I've got interviews on there as well. And I've got all the things you can find on there about me and the channel and all that sort of stuff. I've got to update it now because my friend Andy, we do it together now. So this was all about me, but I'm going to update it soon. And Andy will be on the logo and such forth and stuff like that. So, excuse me. Yeah. Oh, I keep drinking loads of Coke and I shouldn't do it before I go live because it'll gas me out. Anyway, the top British selling singles of the 1980s. I wrote an article about this and about I've created basically which ones are the biggest sellers of the 1980s. If there's any 80s singles that you'd love, I'd love to know as well. Let me know in the comments if there's 80s singles that you really enjoy that I've missed off this list. Let me know because I'd love to know while we're live. So I had to put it on there. It's Do They Know It's Christmas by Band-Aid. Because it just sold so many copies. You know, there's a fantastic documentary. It's probably going to come around again now it's coming up to Christmas because they know its Christmas single is going to get probably put out again like it is. But last Christmas it was a 3-hour documentary. Subscribe to your YouTube channel. Brilliant content, mate. Thank you so much, Alexander. I really appreciate that. It's one love to you. Thank you so much. It was a 3-hour documentary, and it was about the Do They Know It's a Christmas single, the Live Aid, and then the other thing which has gone right out of my mind. I think it was the American version of it. But yeah, so it's a really, really cool single, and it'll come around again. But it was all about making this record, and they basically just took a chance. That's all they did. Like they just, people either turned up or they didn't, and it was really, really random. Like they had no idea it was going to be there. They didn't know if it was going to work, if people were going to. So Bob Geldof was like, I bumped into so and so, so and so, so and so, and then booked the studio, Charm Studios, which I went to. And then if people turned up, they did. If they didn't, fortunately for him, people took it seriously and they all turned up. Otherwise, it would have been just like, no, oh, it's up there, isn't it? Nobody would have been there. So yeah, he took a real chance with that single because he didn't know if people were going to show up, but they did, fortunately. So it was, so yeah, this is definitely the biggest selling single of the 1980s. I mean, I could do 90s, but already that would be Candle in the Wind before I even start. So there's no point in doing that. So I did think, do I leave this off this list or do I put this on? And I decided to put it on because I think it's only fair. But yeah, if you go to www.chattingtracks.com, there's more stuff like that on there as well. Right, the second biggest single of seller of the 1980s, Frankie Goes to Hollywood and Relax. You know, I could have done a whole article about banned records, and maybe I should have done that as well. This getting banned definitely helped this record get popular. No, it says Holly Johnson wrote Relax while taking a brisk walk through Toxteth in 1982. His vision blended punk rock and disco, something fresh, edgy, where the political terms are changing. Now, I've heard the original version of this, and it's kind of punk, reggae, sort of scat, and it's not great. The original version is not great, but you know, Trevor Horn at ZZT Records heard it and said, ZTT Records, sorry, heard it and said, you know, there's something in there, but it's just not polished enough yet. But I think I can do something with it. And when he did it, it becomes the version that you know. And, you know, the original single would have died a death. It wouldn't have done anything. But when you've got the original version where it goes, digga, all that sort of stuff, that's what makes that record really super special. And that's why why it absolutely works. So for all credit to Trevor Horn for making this record incredible, because he did an amazing job. Right, what else we got? Last Christmas by Wham, double A-side of Everything She Wants. Now, obviously, Do They Know It's Christmas was coming out, and George was releasing this. And in that video I told you about, you see George working out Last Christmas. They say, have you got a new song, George? And he goes, yeah. And he goes a bit like this, and he sings the chorus of it. And you know, he was kind of secretly perturbed that he didn't get to number one with it, but he gave the proceeds of that record to the charity. Now, what an amazing thing to do. George Michael was an incredible human being. So not only did he not get to number one, he was so humbled by it that he gave his royalties away to that charity. What a brilliant thing to do. He was just the coolest man alive. I'd love to have interviewed George Michael and just chatted to him about music. I saw him live about 15 years ago, and his voice was absolutely on point, and he was absolutely brilliant. And yeah, what a lovely thing to do. So not only did he default his royalties, he then gave the track away. Basically, he gave the money away to the track, and it's one of the biggest selling singles. Every Christmas you hear it without fail on the radio, so it probably generates millions every year, as does the other single. So fair play to him. Also, Bob Geldof lives in my town as well. So I've met Bob a few times, and he's a bit grumpy. I just called to say I love you by Stevie Wonder. Fantastic. Comes from the comedy film Woman in Red. That's a really good film. If you've never seen Woman in Red, the movie that with Gene Wilder in it, he's basically like a new nobody that's in love with Kelly LeBrock, who's from Weird Science. Have you ever seen the film Weird Science? And he's basically in love with her, and it's about how he stalks her and tries to get her to go out with him even though he's married. And it's a really good film, and this was from that as well. Yeah, I love this single. My mate Dave got married, and this was the song that he walked down. He had his final dance, not final dance. He had his dance with his wife because he just loved this record. And what I had a love-hate relationship with this single for years, mainly because of the ending, because it goes dung 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 at the end. And for years I thought that is such a cheesy ending for such an amazing song. And then over time you go, no, that's the perfect ending for that song. It just makes total sense. That's how it ends. Because it's the perfect ending for that song. Absolutely brilliant. And I do love this single. Absolutely fantastic. All right, what else have we got? Eye of the Tiger by Survivor. Really, really cool. So originally, apparently, Stallone wanted, I think it was Another One Bites the Dust. He wanted that for the movie. And Another One Bites the Dust there come out from in '82. He wanted that. And the Queen said, no, you can't use it. It's our record. And, they were doing their own thing and they didn't want him to use it. So he then contacted Survivor because he liked that band as well. And then they wrote Eye of the Tiger, which becomes an absolute beast. And that suits, I saw an interview of the guy that wrote the song. I can't remember his name now. And he said he was watching the footage and he had the guitar and he was going, thanks, mate. Thanks for watching, Azan. I'll see you soon, buddy. I'll be back next Sunday at 1 if you're about. So he's playing the guitar and he's going ding, 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 ding to the footage and the chords are coming to him and he was writing it along as he was going. Way confetti. So he was writing the songs to the music, whereas Queen didn't do that. Obviously, they just wrote Another One Bite the Dust and he was just playing along to it and he wrote to the music and it works much better. Another One Bites the Dust would have been good, but it would not have been Eye of the Tiger by Survivor. That song is a monster, absolute monster. Don't You Want Me by the Human League. What a fantastic record from the 1980s that is. In the beginning, Phil Oakley, the lead singer, had inspiration from a teen magazine. You got the idea of that while looking at that. And it's an unusual song because when you hear it, it's instantly the 1980s. You know exactly where you were when you heard it. You know exactly what you were doing. I mean, if you weren't alive in the 80s, you can probably pin this back to some point in your life when you know exactly when you heard this song for the first time. And it's such an iconic record. And I just love the way the drums and because they're programmed drums. I just love the way they smack like that, and they just absolutely smash the rhythm. They're absolutely brilliant. And when you get really good, like I listened to Madonna the other day, and they did Material Girl, and they remixed it for 2024. It doesn't sound anywhere as good as the original record because Material Girl had these drums that slam on it. They go, doosh, they got this really cool beat and sound on them, but they don't sound as good as the 2024 remix. They tone down the record. Now, I think the strength of all these records from the 1980s is the fact that they are synthesized drums and they're directly programmed in and they're directly hardwired. So you get these absolute smashing sounds that have a full spectrum of sound. And I think that's why those records sound so good. And the drums on this, although minimal at the start, that doon, doon, that's the driving force. Absolutely makes this record. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. We've got Two Tribes by Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Now, has a song ever been so poignant than it is today with us and another country that's quite large, rowing constantly, or constantly under the threat of something terrible happening? This record is more relevant than you'd ever believe. In the video, the two leaders wrestle, and I think that's what should happen. We shouldn't get dragged into this. It should be the two leaders of the world wrestling, and the one that wins, wins. This record is amazingly poignant, absolutely amazingly poignant, and it's scary how accurate this song was back in the 1980s. So yet again, Trevor Horn produced it. ZTT Records were behind it as well. But yeah, it's just scary, isn't it? This record is amazingly scary. This and Ghost Town by the Specials are two records that are relevant today, but they shouldn't be. They shouldn't be relevant in any sense other than a fantastic 80s track that reminds you of a fantastic time back in the day. That's my take on that. I just think it's scary how this works sometimes. Right, what else we got here? Right, let me have a quick drink because I'm getting dry. We've got the amazing Careless Whisper by George Michael. What an amazing love song. Wrote it when he was 17 years old. And there's a demo tape of him just with a drum machine and him playing out the chords. And apparently, Andrew was watching football. I think it's this one. And he went upstairs. Hey, thank you for the confetti there. And apparently he went upstairs and was writing this. And then I think it's this or last week. I can get muddled. And then he come down and said, I've got this record. And then, it was just all there. But writing at 17 years old, what an amazing age to be writing records. That's insane. How can you write a record that good at 17? Now, don't get me wrong. He obviously re-recorded it when he was in his 20s. But the fact that he wrote that at 17 just blows my mind. It's an amazing record. So, yeah. What an amazing ballad this is. This just definitely had to be one of the top selling ones. And here we go. Come On Chameleon by Culture Club. Now, this is from my website, www.chattingtracks.com. Pop yourself on there. There's bits and bobs on there if you want to find out more things as well. But yeah, Boy George created Come On Chameleon during his Egyptian vacation. His bandmates laughed and called it a country song. And Jed, I think his name's Jed Newlander, who was their PR agent, played the harmonica on this record. So they even had their record company playing on this as well. That's probably why it got pushed a bit more than the others. But George, Boy George, what an amazing artist he was. What absolutely pushing the boundaries back in the day of, who would have put a harmonica on a record like that back in the day? It's absolutely insane, isn't it? That he thought of something like that. He's brilliant. He's absolutely. I love Boy George. I read his autobiography last year, and it's a real eye opener onto his life. It's really super interesting. What else we got here? The Power of Love by Jennifer Rush. This was covered by Celine Dion. I think she covered this one, didn't she? Yet again, really, really cool record. Like, I should have done a list of all the top power ballads of all time. That would have been an interesting list to look at as well. That would have been super interesting. But yeah, Jennifer Rush and The Power of Love. This is a great record as well. Released in 1984, 16 weeks to climb to #1. Setting a record at the time as well. But a really cool record as well, yeah. It came straight from Rush's heart, lyric penned by her boyfriend. Yeah. Oh yeah, that was right. Yeah, yeah. Really cool record. Read the article. I can't read it if the print's too small, but yeah, if you're really interested in that, go to the website and find this article. It's on there as well. And yeah, that's my list at the top look of the best 80s selling singles of all time. I love the 80s. I went to an 80s weekend recently and the vibe was amazing. People are amazing. They just absolutely, I keep forgetting which camera. Yeah, I love the 80s. I went to the 80s weekend at Butlins recently and the vibe was amazing. People were all over it. It was just absolutely fantastic. I love it. Don't forget there, Chatting Tracks, this one. We've got the website there. We've lots of more stuff on there, articles, deep dives, interviews and bits and bobs like that. That's why I put little bits and bobs on there, little tasters on there as well. Right, I might just wrap it up there actually, because I've got some bits to do today and I might dig the singles out next week and we'll go through some more picture disc, look for more bits and bobs like that, and I can show you some more stuff. Thank you so much for checking this out. If you like, subscribe. That would massively help me out as well. I'd love to get more subscribers, get the show out there a bit more, and let me know what you've been listening to. I'd love to know that as well. And yeah, thank you so much. I think I'm going to chip off because my nephew's coming around and I've got to do a pumpkin, even though it's way past it. Anyway, I really appreciate being here. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Love and peace. See you soon.